everybody. Welcome back again. Welcome to Baruch A'Havat Israel in San Diego. Very happy again to be here again. And again, we start off a big REFUAH SHELEMAH for Yitzchak ben Ella and my great grandfather, נישמת עלייה from this MISHNAYOT Getzel Halevi, and my grandfather, may he be fully healed, Huda Halevi, and we can begin. So we're starting off on Mazel Tov. We on Perek Hey already. We already did 5. This is gonna be our 5th Perek that we're doing now. So we're making a lot of headway. We're doing a lot of good work, and we're learning a lot. So we're starting off today with the way to approach Shemona Esrei, the proper mindset, the way that someone should act, and the way he should feel towards it. We mentioned a couple different things before about this, how someone shouldn't make it a keva. He shouldn't make his davening like a burden of obligation. And once he's done it, that's it. Now the obligation is off, and he's happy. We spoke about he shouldn't. We spoke about different ways to act during it. But now we're gonna continue on with that discussion a little bit. So a person should not read the Shemona Esrei if he's not in a serious state of mind. If he is, if one of the things it says over here is that humility and awe. He should be humble. He comes in, a guy comes into Shemona Esrei and he feels a little bit, like he's the man and whatever. You can almost say, what's the point of davening? Because you can do everything, right? But it very speaks about over here in the commentary. It's about humility. The fact that we're coming and we're asking the King, we're asking our Father for things that we need, things that we want, and we need to be humble. We need to be humble, and another thing, we need to be in awe. We need to be, just taken aback by the presence. One of the things we say in Shemona is one of the, different Torah you could say about Shemona Esrei. One of the nice words about it is that people wonder why we step back 3 times, why we go 3 times forward. We take 3 steps back and then 3 forward. One of the explanations, I imagine there could be many different ones. Anyone can add their own new answer to it. But one of the things is that we're in awe of God, and before we can reach His presence, we need to take a step back, and we need to, for ourselves, realize what's going on in front of us. It's like when we're in front of a king, you don't stand up right in front of his face. You step back a little bit. And also, there's different things in Mishnah Berurah. I believe there's a Mishnah Berurah, but it could be somewhere else, where we should keep our head a little bit low when we daven and keep our hands like this. Try to just look humble, and if you look humble, it will it can affect you to be more humble. So it's a very big thing. Is that unless you're in a serious state, also you have to be in a serious state of mind. You're joking around with somebody, you're making jokes here and there, and then you go into Shemona Esrei. It's not necessarily the best way to do it. It says specifically over here that you need to be in a serious state of mind. Chasidim harishonim hayu shayhim sha'achas mispalalim kedei sheyiskavnu es libam l'makom. So the next, what we said before about your approach to it, it's not an obligation, meaning it's not going to take away from what you said, the things that you said. But you see, it's not all about the coming to davening, and we're going to speak now actually about the Hasidim Rishonim, the men of previous years. The men are great ancestors who were very pious men. They would spend an hour, 1 full hour before prayer. This is all in the Mishnah. It's very explicit. We think of, I just want to give a little background to what chassid means. We think of chassidim as people who are payas, long payas. They wear a shtreimel, they wear black coats all the way down to, the floor. People who speak a different language, speak the language of Yiddish. That's what we think of chassidim. But in actuality, the true essence and the true nature of a chassid, the word chassid, and the word is taken from the word that means pious. The essence of it is somebody who does such an act, where he spends an hour before his prayer, and this is what they used to do. And this it says in the Mishnah, they used to do this. They would spend an hour of prayer, an hour of contemplation, meditation, if you will. And people, think in Judaism, it's all about rules and regulations and this, but where's the spirituality? Sometimes you could forget that, but we see clearly from this Mishnah that the spirituality in Judaism is concentration. That's what meditation is in Judaism. The fact that you're an hour before the actual prayer that you need to be saying, you're taking time and you're freeing yourself of all these thoughts. No thoughts about the worldly, about what's going on in sports, what's going on in Wall Street, what's going on here. Rather, you're living a life. You're trying to build your mind to come up to this point where I'm only thinking about spirituality. And they used to do this, the Hasidim, and they called them Hasidim. I want to make this point very clear, that a true Hasid, a true people who are Hasidim, are people who do acts, love their fellow Jew, care, take an hour before to contemplate. A person who contemplates every day and meditates every day is somebody who is a Chassid. That's a true Chassid. That's a true person who is given the title of Chassid. Not everyone can just get it. People like to throw it around. I'm a Chassid of this rabbi. We are Chassidim. People say, I come from Chassidish background. The word Chassid was given to them, I guess, as a way of giving them a way to relate to their rabbi who was a Chassid. See, their rabbi, the rabbi and their Talmidim, his disciples, they're Chassidim because their rabbi is a Chassid. He's known to be a Tzadik, a Chassid, or a Chacham, whatever you want to call him. But one of the things is that he's a Chassid. So therefore the disciples are Chassidim because we're where we want to be just like our rabbi. But not necessarily is every Chassid going to be a true Chassid. And this is what we learn over here. It says in the Mishnah, which is way before, the Mishnah came way before any type of Hasidim, any type of Baal Shem Tov, or any type of different, Hasidus from this country in Europe or that country. The term Chassid actually comes from Mishnah over here, Hasidim. They used to take an hour before to meditate and focus their hearts to Hashem. Also, their focus, the direction to Hashem. And now we're going to speak about the extent that you should go to not break your concentration during Shemona Esrei is very, very, a very far extent, not as much as more than the Shema. Shema, we said that if you're in the middle of something or you finish one paragraph, if somebody comes up to you, the different opinions, when we learned about different opinions that said that you can stop, and if somebody needs to give kavod, a father, a king, or somebody that you fear that's going to hurt you, over there in Shema you're allowed to stop, according to different opinions. Over here, let's just read it. Afilu hamelech shoyel b'shloima b'shlomo lo yishvenu. So even if a king comes up to you to wish you a good day, whatever, when you're in Shemona Esrei, you cannot stop. During those 18 blessings from the beginning to the end, you can't say if a king comes over to you. This is talking about a Jewish king. If it's a non-Jewish king who's gonna be offended and Chaz v'Shalom maybe do something to you, then you would, I guess, be able to. But I mean, it says over here that it's talking about a Jewish king. Even, and this is very, very interesting, even if a snake is wrapping himself around your ankle, you're not allowed to stop the Shemona Esrei. But it's, again, we're talking about a snake that's not dangerous. like one that wouldn't be poisonous. It would hurt, obviously, to get bit by a snake, but not all snakes are poisonous. So therefore, if it's, say like a little garden snake or something, it won't give you, maybe it'll give you venom, but it won't really hurt you. It won't kill you. So it seems as though if it's really life-threatening, then you're allowed to, get out of the way or whatever. But if it's not, and you know that it's not, say you're davening Shemona Esrei and a deer walks by you. Deers aren't known to really just attack you for no reason. They're more they just stare. So if you're just a deer, you keep on going with your life. Even if a bear is, a couple yards away from you, and you see that he's not really bothering you, you're not bothering him, then you have to keep on going with your Shemona Esrei. It's very strict. It's very strict in that sense. So that was Mishnah Aleph. Mishnah Beis. Now we're going to speak about, and I have a siddur open for this, we're going to speak about the different times in Shemona Esrei when we add the different prayers, and we're going to speak about them now. Maskirin Gevuros Geshalim B'Chias HaMesim. So when it comes to this bracha over here, Ata Gibor, when it comes to Gevura, we're mentioning he makes the wind blow and he makes the rain fall. This is during the winter time. Ata Gibor Leilam Adon Michayim Yesim Ata Rav Levishia Mashiv Baruch Amurid Hageshem. So this has to do during the winter. Mashiv Baruch Amurid Hageshem. And I guess during the summer you would say Hageshem. And so this is the second bracha. So the second bracha we add Mashiv Baruch Amurid Hageshem. This bracha is considered Techiyas HaMesim. It's about Techiyas HaMesim because in the end we say Baruch Atah Hashem Techayim Mesim. Blessed you Hashem who brings back people to life. V'sein tolu matar levracha. So then we continue on to the bracha of shanim. This is the bracha that has to do with the years, and we add over there Baruch Aleinu Hashem Elokeinu Has Hashana Azos V'es Kol Minei Teruah Sal L'Teiva. We're speaking about the teruah. We're speaking about Hashem growing plants and things like that, and to bless the year. We have two different times: the same bracha and the same tolu matar levracha. Those when we say the same talumat levracha, that is for the winter time as well. So we have two that are added in. So the first one is the second bracha on the Chayah Mason that speaks about bringing people back to life. And what bracha is this? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's bracha 9. So bracha 9 is the one that speaks about that we say the same talu matar levracha. So, and this is all from the Mishnah of Shailin Hageshem Birchas Hashanim. And then the last one that we add in is not having to do with the season, summer or winter. It has to do with the weekday and Shabbos, which we add, and we're going to see different opinions actually that say that we should now we hold of this. The actual halacha is that we do add this in during Atar Chayim, when we're speaking to God about about wisdom. We add in this extra one for Havdalah. So we say Havdalah b'chayrin hadas. So again, for the number 2, for the second bracha of Mechayim Mesim, we're speaking about adding in Mashiv Baruch Amurid Hageshem and V'shoylin Hageshem B'Birchas Hashanim. When it comes to Baruch Aleinu, we're adding the same Talmud Matar Levracha, and these are both during the winter seasons. And when it comes to the Havdalah, when we're splitting up the weekday into Shabbos we're splitting up the Shabbos back into weekday. We take this Atachayim bracha of Hashem, Atachayim la'adam taz. Hashem gives us wisdom. We add in an extra thing that counts as a miniature Havdalah. You still have to say Havdalah afterwards, but it's important that you say it during this time. Rabbi Akiva Amra bracha revius b'fnei atzmo. So Rabbi Akiva says you do not say this Havdalah, you don't put it together, Atachayni Adam Da'as, this bracha of wisdom and Havdalah. Rather, you say Havdalah within the Shmoneh Esrei, and then you continue on with the fourth, meaning it's separate. Havdalah is its own entity. It's say by Bifnei Atzma, by itself. Rabbi Elazar, I remember Haida, and Rabbi Elazar says that we actually, it's very interesting that Rabbi Elazar says we take this this version of Havdalah that we added in the beginning of which is the fourth bracha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Atachaynin is the fourth bracha, and we added into the last bracha that speaks about Thanksgiving. That speaks about Hashem giving thanks to Hashem. So we have so just to go over again. Atagibor, Atagibor Leolam Hashem Mechai Mesim Atarav Loshia Masha Baruch A'Havat Geshem, and that bracha ends with Mechai Mesim. Then we have the next one of Baruch Aleinu Hashem Elokeinu Es Hashana Hazos Ve'es Kol Minei Tuasa L'Tayva V'Sein Bracha. You can either say the same bracha during the summer, or V'Sein Talamat Bracha during the winter. And then we have another one. Let's go over here to Shabbos ending, or you can find it on the weekday Mariv as well. Let's go over here. Here we go. Okay. So Atachenin la'adam das u'melamed le'enosh bina Ataychanen tanu l'mada. So we see in this this one of Atachaynin, we're speaking about Bein Kodesh L'chol. We're making distinctions just like we would do in Havdalah, because Havdalah is all about making the distinction between the split, specifically Havdalah, which is like a split between Shabbos and the weekday, and also in this we speak about, it's very similar to the Havdalah. Again, that's the first opinion that says that we say that. Rabbi Akiva says no. We say the Havdalah and then we say Atachon and we continue on. And then the last opinion, Rabbi Elazar, says we say this Atachanetanu Lomad Torah V'Tamdinu Aset V'Ases V'Chukei V'Tzaynach V'Tavda Hashem Elokeinu Ben Kodesh L'Chol Ben Or L'Choshev Ben Yisrael La'ami Ben Yom Hashvi L'Shis Yemei HaMaseh. All this different stuff about making the differences between this and between this is actually said later on in the last bracha of Shmoneh Esrei. Okay, fine. So now we're done with speaking about those in the over here. Let me see what's over here, and debating if I should say this last one. I think I'm going to leave this one for next week because I think we did a lot over here. It's a lot to digest. But we're just, again, we started the fifth chapter and we're doing very good and we're moving along. And make sure to go and share this and go to nesatorah.org and to share and to go look at all the shiur in there and to really learn and to grow. And everybody have a great Shabbos and enjoy. And we'll be in touch next time to learn more.